Alright. Hey, we back.
Hey, what's up? What's up? Welcome back. Like Tori said, we back again, and we have someone new with us, so we're excited about that. But before we jump in, we do want to just welcome you back to another episode of Pink Tax Chat, where we talk about everything from finances, dating, relationships. We sprinkle in 30s, we sprinkle
Sprinkle
in
in adulthood.
adulthood, right? Like she said. So we're ready. I wanna allow Tori to introduce our guest. But yeah, we're excited. So go ahead.
Here we have. And most of y'all know I'm as a DJ, but there's another
Mm-hmm.
in the mental health field. Both of us are social work majors, so that's big. It's my mental health awareness. Want to
Yes.
spread that. So go ahead, share your background.
Yes, please do.
Based in Boston, Massachusetts. But you know who I am, DJ Dep. And mostly on the other side, but you see me with mama with the Bible with the knife, so that's who. And also recently graduated last year with a master of social work. So my goal is to become a therapist at the future, work with that community, especially people of color. And there's a lot of people who need support. It's not many the black social work, including teaching, counseling, so that's something I want to change that to make a difference. So, yeah.
Respect.
Mm.
Respect. Yeah.
So,
Well, we're excited. We're excited to have you here. We're really looking forward to diving into this conversation. For those of you who maybe don't know, May is Mental Health Awareness Month, and we want to make sure that we spotlight that and we are like uplifting and having conversations surrounding that topic because it's so important. Mental health is synonymous to like your physical health. It's not something for you to neglect or to ignore. Like you have to pay attention to your mind just as much as you pay attention to your body, just as much as you pay attention to your spirit and your soul too. So, with that being said, I know that mental health sometimes is not talked about often or it's not comfortable. And so, with that, like, how do you navigate that? How do you make sure that it stays in the front of the mind? It's not something that's just swept under the rug. How do we make sure that we are like putting this in people's face in a very tasteful way? You know what I mean? So people
yeah.
are not like,
So it's very interesting because a lot of people showing. You see on the social media, you see how people smile and happy, and a lot of people think, "Oh, wow, I think the life better than mine." I'm like,
mm,
"No, you don't
mm-hmm,
know what behind the picture or the video. You don't know what they're going through. You don't know what the
yeah,
struggle. So don't assume that thinking that their life will be perfect. Like example, you might see the big house, but you don't know what's going on inside of the big house
right,
because
right.
if people think, "Oh, wow, it's a nice house, it might be rich," but
Mm,
you don't know what's going on inside the house. You see, I hate how the people think everything has to be perfect. You don't have to be perfect on social media. It's okay to feel struggle. It's okay to feel frustrated. And sometimes it's okay to be take a break from social media and focus yourself. That's the thing I want to
yeah,
share for everyone to know they're not alone. Just because you think my life's not perfect, I do a lot of good things, do a lot of successful things, but yet I'm still struggling. I'm still
yeah,
struggling.
yeah.
And I see that a lot of black men don't really share the expression because they
Mm,
think of other people how the like they said black men don't cry. That's not true. You did
no.
cry. They cry.
Yeah,
They cry.
yeah.
It's okay to be
You
quiet.
cry
It's okay to
behind
feel
closed doors.
natural. It's
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
And my dad told me, it's one of my favorite quotes from him. He said, um, the faith might be the same, but the life might be roller coaster.
Mm.
So I'm like, that's true because we're not expecting our life to be perfect.
Mm-hmm.
And you think, I mean, you're like, I want to be perfect, I want to be happy all the time, but it's okay. It's okay. Some things you
Mm-hmm.
like shit happen. Oh, okay, life's going on. Like a sample. My DJ equipment got stolen 2 months ago. And that moment I was like, like, I wish I should lock my car. No, I was just think about it, like, what I do, what I do. But same time, I still have my car. I still have my
Yes.
extra equipment with me. I'm thinking about like shit's happened. Life's
Yeah.
going on. I'm gonna be okay. I'm still in good spirits. I have to find a way to make more money. I thought with the fun ways it's helping, but it's helping a lot because I have a big impact of deaf community, who I am. And again, it's a lot of people are struggle. They're struggling right now. And I always share with a positive message on social media because I see a lot of people are struggle.
Mm-hmm.
People don't realize how it's mental health important. It's no joke. We see a lot of famous people suicides. It was
Yes.
like people think, oh, I thought you got enough money to make you happy. I'm like, money don't buy you happiness.
No.
They
No.
don't.
No.
Money
You know,
doesn't
someone,
buy happiness. It really
oh,
At
doesn't.
no,
all.
When people think it buys it, it doesn't. You
It
got to
no,
doesn't.
heal internally. You got to
yes,
heal
Yes.
here.
yeah.
You
They
know.
think they think that the money will solve everything. No, nah. Like a
No.
sample, the people make a bad decision. So, oh, I got a best lawyer. You think the money will solve? It's not gonna happen. I
No.
mean, I told all the people, like a sample, it's cool to be a famous on TikTok or a DJ. It's cool, but I want to be myself. To keep it real. I don't need 100 people in my life.
Mm-hmm.
Real
It's
life.
cool.
Real
It's
life.
cool.
Yeah. Real
Yeah, it's
life.
cool. I mean,
Yeah.
earn RIT or go to other college, it's cool to handle a lot of people. When you realize you handle a lot of people, it's a lot of bullshit going on, drama, fighting. You try to figure out who I'm trying to press to,
Mm.
who I'm trying to like. I want everybody looking at me. Hey, look at me, look at me. But no one looking at me. And that's when I decided to hold the birthday party to the college. I was gonna find like 60 people or 70 people to celebrate my birthday. And guess how many people will show up my birthday? Three. Three people show up my birthday. And that's how I
Wow.
realized that, you know what?
Ooh.
I said no one care about me. Until then, one of my friends contacted me and said, Dre, how's your birthday? I'm like, I said, shit suck. No one care about me. No, I care about you. Come on, how's your birthday? I'm like, no, come on, come on. I'm surprised for you. So I decided to go with them, and they drove me to Buffalo. It's like an hour and a half from Rochester. And they surprised me to go to go-kart, all the different things happening. I'm like, why you guys do it for me? They said because they care about me. And that showed who's real friend, who's fake.
Yeah.
So since I left RIT to go to Michigan College, yeah, it's a lot of people are upset. Like, Dre, why you go to Michigan College? RIT is a great school. I'm like, yeah, but not for everybody. Not for
Right.
Not for
everybody.
everybody.
Right.
That's
Right.
right.
Don't get
Is
me
it a
wrong.
great
RIT
fit
is
for
a great
you?
school, but it's not for
Yeah.
everybody.
Right.
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 And the reason why I left to go to management school because I want more challenge for myself. Because I
Mm-hmm.
have a goal. Like, what do you see myself in the next 5 years? If you save that school and it's stuck, then what are you doing?
Right.
How you have a vision for yourself in the next 5 years? So the reason why I left because I want to go to become a therapist. counselors. So I went to master for psychology. It's funny, there's a lot of people that expect me to fail, especially the VR. I never figure what VR says to me. Like, they'll support student to go mainstream only aligned to equality. Like, it's not fair for them. So anyway, the VR. So well, Andre, if you decide to go to a mainstream college, many deaf students who failed that school. And you know what
Mm-hmm.
says to me? Like you who have failed that school too. In front of my parents.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, okay. So that quote right there, I used motivation to prove them
Yeah.
wrong.
Right.
So
Right.
yeah, the mainstream college is tough, of course. That's just the thing I'm not looking for. I'm not looking for the easy way. I want to do the hard way. See myself to be successful.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
So 4 years later, I graduated with BA degrees. Then master's school, I graduated for 3 years, get my master's degree. So
Okay.
that's the thing. How helped me to keep going because whatever a lot of people say something about me, especially negatively about me, it's helped me to motivate it to prove them wrong. And what's helped me to keep it going? Gym, listen to music, um, have you know, have someone to have a safe. It's called a safe space conversation to
Yeah.
talk about anything, anything.
Yeah.
So that help you feel better, and not the ones to get therapists too, because that's
Mm-hmm.
helped me to keep it going. And of course, I have God with me all the time, so that's helped me to keep it going. And
Yeah.
I'm not expecting all my life to be perfect. Yes, it could be struggle, but that's normal. We'll
Yeah.
all struggle every day. We'll
Yeah.
always learn something new every day. So not to be perfect. Mhm.
You
Mhm.
brought up some really great points, and
Yeah.
I wanted to really highlight like one of the recent ones that you mentioned, which I think was very profound, was safe space. And oftentimes people don't necessarily have that, or
No.
they don't know how to cultivate that with the people that they have around them. And so I'm curious to know, like, how were you able to create like safe spaces with yourself and maybe like your friends or your family? I'm not sure who those people are for you, but like, how were you able to create those like safe spaces? And I really am curious because I know when it comes to Black men, oftentimes don't always feel comfortable or safe to share how you're feeling with people, especially
Mm,
other, Black men or just men in general. Sometimes
mm,
it's a little bit taboo. Sometimes
mm,
it's looked down upon or it's considered like, oh, you're soft, or like, why you crying? Like that kind of negative perspective often shows
mm,
up, and not always, but we often do see that and hear that. And so I'm curious, like, for yourself, how are you able to like create those safe spaces with the people that you trust?
that's a good question. The safe space. Uh, you know, I always want to talk to someone, and it's one of my friend. She was like, "Dre, you want to have a safe space conversation? Talk about anything. You know, you feel comfortable to talk about anything, and not feel shame. Not only that person, also talk to my best friend. Like, it's the only people I trust because they never stab at your back. And for people who want to have a safe space, just find the right people to talk about anything. It's like you talk to your best friend like a sister or brothers. I know some men have a best friend who don't judge it about them because they know other men be like, oh, she's chicken, he whip, oh, not baby. I'm like, it's okay to feel guilty or shame. I know that a lot of Black men are struggle to express themselves.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to break that because I always see a lot of black men expressing themselves because they think they're tough, they think, oh, I can handle. It's okay if you can't handle. It's
Right.
okay if you need help. I see
Yeah.
some men text me like, Dre, I can find a black therapist because finding a black therapist is really rare.
Hard.
Rare. It's
Very
like,
hard.
holy shit. Because all my life in that school, we all had like white counselor, white social worker. I'm like, where's the black man or the black woman? Like,
Yeah.
I'm trying to feel comfortable to share with them because they're white. Don't
Yeah.
understand where we're coming from. You don't
Mm-hmm.
know what's like up in the hood or the poor neighborhood. So I see a lot of students told me like they said they not feel comfortable around with a white social work or therapist because some of them is judging how they act, how they walk, how they talk. Because that's the way they grew up. That's where they're coming from. Like you can't judge what they're going through.
Who they
Mm-hmm.
are. You
It's,
can't judge who they are.
yeah.
And me and Trey were in the social work field, and I'm gonna
Mhm.
tell you this, like maybe 2 or 3 male social workers, and then
Wow.
you see people of color, Puerto Rican, Spanish, Puerto Rican, Black, Slim, and then having those BIPOC social workers who had the license hard because the license test is racially biased. If you look at the questions, those are hard to
Yeah.
pass.
Yeah.
So you see, people of color social workers, they're failing the test again and again because it doesn't fit the standards, the status quo. So it's hard. So when you
Yeah.
see a Latino social worker, you gotta stand
Yeah.
up because those license exams are not easy.
It's not
Yeah.
easy. It's
Yeah.
not easy. It's crazy that we had to work 10 times harder than white people. We have to work hard 10 times. You see, I see a lot of people said, especially white people, they support Black Lives Matters. I'm thinking myself, are they really, really support or
Mm.
they pretend to be support because they don't
Mm-hmm.
want to get hurt, they don't want to get feel offended? For me, that's when I realized, like, okay, I know it's become a black social work or black therapy is. I'm thinking myself, well, the white people say, oh, we need more black social work or therapy in our school system. Okay, I'm here. What you gonna do? If I have an idea for those kids, will you support me?
Mm.
Or you gonna put me under pretending with
Yeah.
that thing? I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm not stupid. I'm not stupid because a lot of kids need support. My job is just our counselor and therapist is support those kids, not just
Mm.
yelling. I don't do that. I
Mm-hmm.
know that some of the staff told me that they used to work at deaf school. They told um social work to yell at the kids. That's not how that works.
And that's not creating a safe space for
It's
those
no,
Yeah.
kids. You
no.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
Trey brings up a great point. School systems are not what it was when me, Taja, and Trey were in school. It's different. These kids are facing
Yeah,
hard things, I mean, I've
Yeah.
worked in high school and I've worked in college settings, and both of them are hard. These kids are facing, attempted suicide. They're facing really hard mental health, struggles.
Bullying. A lot of
Bullying,
bullying, social
cyberbullying.
media.
There we go.
yeah,
Those are heavy
Yeah.
hitters.
Yeah.
And
And
that
family
locker
trauma
room,
too.
that family trauma, locker room talk, and how do kids navigate that? And then fine, they go to the social worker, the counselor, and then you're yelling at them, but you're not giving them the space to talk. That's dangerous. That's scary.
yeah,
Because where's
It
the
is.
outlet?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yes. Yes.
yeah.
Where
It,
is
it,
it?
it's the crazy part is I able no how you say you can say yes all the time, say yes, yeah, yes. But I expect to when my parents need anything from me, I say yes, yes, yes. Then now I live in an apartment, I can do whatever I want. And then my parents asked me like, hey Dre, you might have a brother say your place? And my mom's like, this is my place. If I need a safe space, I have to say no.
Right.
And sometimes I feel
Wow.
like if I feel guilty saying no, I talk with my therapist and like, am I being supposed to say no to my parents? Because I always say yes all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And the first
That's
time I said
real.
no,
Yeah.
I'm
That's
like,
real. For real.
I just wonder how my parent reacts because I need my safe space. I like to be alone. I like to have peace in my apartment. Don't get me wrong. I don't mind having people stay in my place, but when things get bad, I would say no.
I
Because
mean, that's good
fun.
though. That's
Yeah.
good though, because wow, you touched on an even bigger topic of like the power of saying no. And
No.
it's so interesting. It's so interesting because, like, in our adulthood, many of us are struggling with how to say no, especially to people that we love and we care for and we respect. We sometimes like can't find the N and the O. We can't. And sometimes it becomes a yes, even when you want to say no. Like, I love that you mentioned that, because it's especially hard sometimes with family.
Yeah.
Especially hard. Because you don't want to disappoint. Sometimes you feel like you owe, you feel like, I love you, I want to support you however I can. You've been there, you've supported me, now it's my turn, that kind of feeling. And I don't know about you, Dre, but when it comes to like my blackness, like we don't play that. We got each other's back. We down in the trenches, like it's us against the world kind of thing. And so like the guilt of saying no is so, like, I can't bring myself to do that sometimes. So like I respect the fact that you are able to just like express like, hey, I don't want to do that. Like, I love you. I got your back. But
Yeah.
like this is a boundary I'm gonna have to like set up. Like, and
Right.
maybe you can share some tips like with the
Yeah.
audience, because I'm sure there's people that are struggling with that, including myself. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah.
Setting those boundaries are hard. It's not
Right.
just
Yeah.
family. Sometimes it's friends
Right.
too.
Friends.
Like, hey, like I love you, but I know I can't. You wanna fuck? Nah. Good. I
No.
can't. I love. I hope you get through it
Heavy.
without me. So
Yeah.
it's hard.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, because my parents used to be like that all the time, and they have a lot of family or friends need to stay. My parents paid for a month.
Ooh.
My parents had never said no because they're always open. Don't get me wrong. I would do the same thing if I have a big house, but in my apartment, I need a loan. I need space. I
I
like to
feel
play
you.
more.
I
I like
feel you. I
to watch
feel you.
movie. I
I
like to
feel you.
play game with listen music.
Mhm.
I'm just
Mhm.
having my brother come to my place. It's like,
Like, he can stop by. He can stop by.
You
He
can
can
miss
come. He can
it.
visit.
what's that? Why you can do that? But sleep in my place,
Mhm.
nah.
But
It
like,
depends on the situation. It
you
depends on the
gotta go.
situation. So
Mhm.
that's why. And sometimes I told my parents, I love you. Reason why I told them to explain like as reason why I said no because I need focus myself in my mental health.
Mhm.
They will respond. They will respond. They probably don't understand or probably
Mhm.
like what?
Yeah. Yeah.
But again, it's the first time I said no, and I asked my therapist like, "Did I do something wrong?" It's like, no, you
No.
have a right to say no. Say no,
No. No.
okay,
I mean,
because
they
it's not.
asked.
I mean, it
They
was not easy.
asked.
It's not easy. It's not
Yeah, I mean,
easy.
it was a question though. I think that's important. Like, oftentimes when you're faced with, having to respond to something and it's either yes or no,
Mm,
it started with a request.
yeah,
It was a question. So you have the space and the ability to say no. It's
right,
completely up to you. How that person or people respond, that's not your responsibility.
right,
Mhm.
It's
right.
really not. And
That's
sometimes
a
we
big one,
own
though.
it. Yeah, like sometimes we want to own, someone else's response to our decision or our choice, but it's like you don't have to own their response or
Yeah.
their reaction. You don't have to. And I'm preaching to myself right now. You know what I mean? Like I'm just
Exactly.
I'm telling that for the audience, and like that's a tip of like, practice. Like practice saying no sometimes for the small things so that you can prepare yourself for the big things. When it comes, you can say, no, I'm not comfortable with that. No, I don't want to do that. But thank you for asking.
Yeah.
I appreciate you asking, but it's a
No.
no. It's a hard no.
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 I always tell
Yeah.
people, like, if you struggle, go ahead, practice in front of the mirror. It might sound silly, but then, like, seeing yourself, embrace, say no, in the mirror,
Yeah.
no, no,
No.
Yeah.
no.
At the beginning, like, no, and then you get used to them. No, I'm good. I'm chilling. I'm chilling. No, it's a
Yeah.
lot of people are trying to press on you. Like, nah, I'm good. I'm good. Like example, I'm trying to buy a new car. You know how salesman come to you, press you, trying to buy the car. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
nah, I'm good. I'm good. I'm not. He's like, come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. I'm like, nah, I'm going to look another car. So I'm all set. You're chicken. You're chicken. I'm like, okay, I'm chicken. I'm out. Not the car if it's not good or if it broke down. Not gonna happen. It's the point of saying no. Say no.
Right?
That's to put DJ when the people go question the song. You know, someday I'm going to challenge myself as a DJ because I want to see how I respond to the people. So I think it's 2 weeks ago while I DJ for the nightclubs. So and I played music, I go crazy, everybody's dancing all the way, and one woman came like, "You might play this song?" I'm like, I said no. She said, "What?" I said no. Boo, you suck, DJ. Boo. I'm like, okay, because I see a lot of people dancing. One person said negative about me, but I don't care. If I played this song, it would the dance floor, like it's not gonna happen, and it's, it's not the one. Sometimes you can't be nice all the time. You can't be nice all the
That
time.
part.
You might be a
That
good
part.
person, great person. That's cool, but
Yeah.
you can't be nice all the time because sometimes
Yeah.
people will take offense of you.
That's a
That's
life
right.
lesson right there.
It
Yeah,
You
you
is.
can't be nice
can't
all
be
the
nice all
time.
the time. I learned the hard way. You can't be nice
The
all the time
same.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah.
But
because
you've highlighted.
no,
No, I'm sorry. You've highlighted like many good things. Like you talk about family, you're talking about work, you're talking about like different settings, and
yeah,
that aligns with like many things. So like let's say your mental health is not maybe not always been this way. So when you grew up, your mental health, your perspective growing up, what was it like? And then now, how did you get to this point? Like how did you
Yeah.
get there? You know what I'm
right,
saying?
right, right.
That's work. That's work.
It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work, especially the workplace. Not everyone's your friend. I mean, the
Ooh.
company don't care about you.
He dropping
You have to
bombs.
pay.
He
Yo.
dropping bombs.
Hey, go home.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
If you need a mental health break or take care of yourself, just
Yep.
ask for sick day. That's what I realized because I asked my boss. I asked if I could use the sick day for mental health. He said, yeah, that's a good benefit because as long as you do his job, then you go home.
hmm
I mean, his job's gonna be there anyway. One day won't hurt you to take care of yourself
Right?
because no one cares. If someone die and the new company
Yeah.
like, oh, you died? Okay, find someone to cover them. It's
And
crazy
that's
thinking about
facts.
it.
Easy,
That's
easy
facts.
to replace you. Like,
Right. No, it's facts. I know this for a fact. I've worked in HR, and that is business. And it's unfortunate and it sucks, but it is the truth. A
Yeah,
company or organization, agency, whatever, they are all about output and meeting the needs of that day or whatever, like production, whatever. So it's all
exactly.
about, okay, that person's gone. Darn. who can fill in for them. And like not even a week later, typically they're gonna post that job requisition and they're gonna start interviewing for someone else to replace you. That's just the reality of the situation.
Yeah.
Oftentimes businesses, they don't care about you enough. Let me say enough. I'm not gonna say they don't care at all, because that's a very blanket statement, and it wouldn't be fair to say that for all, because I don't know all. But most, they don't care about you as a person. They care about you as an employee. And if you're not able to show up as an employee, bye bye. They're gonna look for someone else.
Gone.
You know,
Uh,
it's a fact. It's the reality of the situation. So I
Yeah.
love that you brought up like making sure that you prioritize yourself.
Yeah.
Many of us are working, and that is part of our livelihood and how we earn money. And I get that completely, but always make sure you're prioritizing yourself too. Don't lose yourself in your job and become what you do. You
Right.
are two separate entities. It is not the same. You
Okay.
are you, and that is your job. It is
Sorry.
separate.
Right.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And like, if you see the job petition you're looking for, you always have to read the job description and see if it's fit for you. There's some job, we see there's some job open with a high pay. In my institution, that job might be tough. It
Yeah.
might be stressful.
High
So
demand.
it's up to
That
them.
high
If you want
demand.
to take
Yeah.
that job, go ahead. If you can handle with the stress of your mental health, that's cool. But
Yeah.
if that job not for you, don't do it. Don't do
Right.
it.
That's true. That's true.
That's, for me, I always want to find a good pay. I mean, the game. What I said, the company don't care is true, because everyone trying to, competition, trying to promote the job position. Like, okay,
Yep.
you are on the top. What you do?
Yep.
And
Right.
it doesn't.
Still care about you,
Yeah,
or
and those positions don't mean anything
No.
when your
Mhm.
mental health is declining.
Yeah.
Your
Yes.
pay is increasing, but your mental health is declining.
Yeah.
And that's
Yes.
that's where you gotta put yourself
Dangerous.
first.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's dangerous.
It's
And
dangerous.
you
Very
brought up
dangerous.
like a great point. Like many people from our age group in their 30s are operating from a mental health like burnout, or they're just generally burned out. And like, how do you like function? Like, what's your like perspective on how to just function and run from a burnout?
So here's my perfect example. So my mom, who reached retirement, she used to be principal in Boston Public School with a high pay. For my mom, just leave her alone. Wherever she drive home from work, just leave her alone. She always go straight to the room.
Mm-hmm.
Because to be a principal is a tough job, and I never see my mom be happy for once, because she struggled and she like to be alone sometimes. Sometimes she get up, go to online or Maine for the weekend, because she like to be home
It's
to
like a
focus
mental
herself,
retreat
concentrate
kind
all
of
the
thing.
paperwork. Yeah, yeah,
Okay. Okay. So like a
yeah.
retreat, like a
So
break.
yeah,
Okay.
so after she retired, and I never seen my mom so happy. I'm like, Mom, I see you were happy and retired, because she's happy. She's done with school. She doesn't have to worry about the paperwork. She doesn't have to worry about the policy. You know how the policy work. My mom's trying to make different for the school, because my mom's strict. She's strict. She don't
Mm-hmm.
play games. If someone said that
I
my mom
understand that.
will get you,
Yeah.
and my mom like, oh, I buy a teacher. We have 5
Don't
jobs.
play. Don't
Mom said,
play.
mom said, I said goodbye,
Yeah.
goodbye.
Yeah.
You know.
I'm not gonna play around, because she's not afraid for anyone. She's not afraid of anyone. She's ready to face the challenge. She's
Mm-hmm.
tough.
Yeah.
I mean, I think from my mom, taught me the lesson how to be man, how to be independent, all of that. So it's really rare to find those kind of parents. some parents could be flexible, some parents could be strict, but I'd rather have a parent be strict because it would give you a tough love, So
I mean,
yeah,
facts. Yeah, I mean, like my mom didn't play. If my mom said no, the answer was no. We would follow on that. No, my mom was like, oh
yeah.
no, like
But I
no,
mean, that taught you, you embodied that, right? So, like,
right?
even if you didn't incorporate that in your life in the beginning or right away, you had that example to know, like, okay, I've seen someone implement this and it does work. It
Yeah.
works. You tell someone no, and they are, stubborn, or they don't want to listen, they don't want to accept your answer. Then Dre mentioned something important a long time ago that we didn't really have a chance to like respond to, but he was like, be out of there. And that's
Yeah.
facts. Like, if
That-
you say no, that person's not respecting that, then get up out of there, because clearly they don't respect your boundaries. It's time to wrap it up and say, you know what, it's been good knowing you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go. I'm
Yeah.
gonna
Well,
go. You know,
respectfully, I'm gonna
like,
go.
he
Yeah.
gave us the playbook. He said, say no, and then if it ain't working out, go. So I like that. I like that.
Respect
Right?
Yeah.
my decision, to respect my wishes. Cool, peace.
Yeah.
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 Yes, that's it.
Yeah. You
All
got
that,
some
I
people
wish
like,
you the
I do
best.
all that bullshit. I
yeah.
don't have time. I'm 33. I'm the whole time.
Yo,
My
we in them
brain.
30s heavy.
I don't have, like you said, I don't have the time. You said that I
No,
don't have the time.
I don't have time.
no,
But the
no.
thing is, more, less with people, more peace.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like every weekend, I wake up in the morning, my phone is dry. No drama, no bullshit, nothing. But I gotta have peace.
He talking real. He talking real, because the phone do be dry. But I feel like now that we're older and we're in our 30s, I feel like that's by choice.
Yes.
I feel
Yes.
like our phone be dry by choice. We're choosing, like, no,
Yeah.
I'm good. I don't want it. And I think that is so important to like emphasize. You are making good, healthy choices. And because of that, you now have like created peace in your life. And you can't put a price tag on peace.
Oh, it's expensive. No.
Very expensive. It's very
Yeah.
expensive. It can cost you
It's
relationships. It can cost you family relationships. It can cost you friends. It can cost you a job sometimes. Like, yes, peace is very expensive, but it's worth it in my personal opinion. It is.
Oh yeah,
It is. It is.
it is.
I'm willing to pay that price if
Yeah.
I'm gonna get the peace that I need, because I'm telling you,
Yeah.
there's nothing like being stressed out and just like mentally not in a good place. There is nothing like that. It's a horrible feeling. And it can be very dark too. And so
Yeah.
we see oftentimes people struggle with depression and anxiety and just so many different things. And I'm curious, Dre, like your thoughts on that. What are some, if you're noticing you don't have peace, if you're noticing that you're struggling, you're seeing maybe, depression, anxiety showing up, what would you recommend that people do? Any tips for them, like, or just ideas that you can share, or maybe you've had a personal experience that you feel comfortable sharing with the people? I'd love to hear it.
You know, a lot of people say the positive thing on social media. I always do that too. But sometimes when I feel like I'm depressing or I'm struggle, because sometimes it's okay to feel lonely at home alone, and you
Yeah.
look at the social media like, oh man, everyone have a good time, travel,
Yeah.
party, and I'm home alone. I feel I'm struggle. You know, it's a lot of people are struggle with the budget. That's the thing I want to talk about because I know everything expensive. The
Yo.
house expensive, the food expensive. So I hate how the people think. Like when you graduate from college or got your master's degrees or whatever, the people think, oh, okay, I got my degrees. I'm gonna go buy a new car. And my mom was like, "What's wrong with the colors one? Your car is good. You have a problem, so you don't need to buy a new one. You don't buy a new one because that's the thing I want to talk about. Because when you come to be yourself, those
Yeah.
things fun. Okay. Anyway, um, what I said to the people, just be yourself and don't change for anyone.
Mm.
Don't trying to oppress for the money. If you don't have enough money, it's okay. I mean, everyone's different.
It's okay.
So
It's
it's
okay.
okay to be rich, whatever. Just be yourself and be humble. Because I see a lot of people trying to have who think they're rich, they got a lot of money, go out do with the fancy stuff. I'm like, don't worry about these people. So, but when it comes to a struggle or you feel depression, it's important to take care of yourself. Take a break from social media.
Yeah.
Like, go take a walk, read a book, go to the
Love,
gym.
love. Yeah.
Um, for me, I used to take a break from social media like a 1 month or 2 months because I always do that. It's helped me to give me more time to do a lot of different things for myself,
Ship.
drive
Yeah.
around, read a book, take care of the business, take care of all the apartment. So it feels different. Stop using social media, do a lot of things. Because when you use social media, keep scrolling, then 5 minutes later, just
Addicted. It's
but
addictive. Yeah.
it's important to take care of yourself because I see a lot of people are feel jealous to see people successful on social media. But again, you don't know what's happening behind the picture or the video. You
Right.
don't know what they're going through. You don't
No.
know what they struggle. You don't know
Yes.
if they have a cancer. They never share or they never show it unless they feel comfortable if they
Mm,
want to.
mm.
So, like I said, when I'm in the grad school, I don't share if I'm struggling. I don't share if I fail. I wait till I graduate, then I tell the story how I able to get through to be accomplished. Because if people decide to express themselves on Facebook, oh my God, I feel the jobs, I feel the same. And some people like, be alright, I don't care, I don't care. Some people care, but people say I don't care.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Some people say I don't care. Who cares? I used to be that way, post a lot of positive things. I'm thinking myself, do people care about what I said? Like, why aren't they always posting positive things? I'm like, you know what? Let me shut up for myself. Keep it lay low. Can do the good things.
Hmm.
A lot of people hate to see people's winning. They hate to see
That
winning.
people
Why?
hate to
So
see you
sad.
win.
They
That's
hate to see
so
And
you win.
sad.
that's just horrible. We should be rooting for each other,
Celebrating.
celebrating our
Yes,
wins. Like, you should
Because
not
when
be
you're working
celebrating my
so
downfall.
hard,
yes.
I
like
worked
they
You
so
don't
hard to
realize
get
how much
here.
work you put in, how much time you invest. And
Mhm.
like Dre said, and it's so important, it's so true. Like you don't see the failures, you don't see the hard times or the sleepless nights, or you don't see the tears, you don't see all those things. People don't post the bad news, they typically don't. They post the good news, they post the good times, the celebrations, which is a beautiful thing. We want to celebrate with you, but sometimes social media can paint a very unrealistic picture of what
Yeah,
life looks like.
yeah.
You see your feed full of positive or celebrations in other people's lives, and you're not seeing the full story. And sometimes it can create this false picture or false understanding of what someone's real life looks like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and it's just and that's true, and we all do that. Like most people are not being transparent and telling their business, and I get that completely, but just when you are going to browse on social media, keep in mind that yes, you're seeing all these things those things should not impact how you feel about yourself. And if you do, then I like the recommendation you said, Dre. Maybe you need to take a break. Maybe you need to take some time away from social media. Maybe you need to just kind of like focus on self and figure out, why am I feeling this way? Do I feel jealous? What does that mean? How do I work on improving my life so I don't feel that way when I see other people's lives? You know what I mean? What can I do to make sure I'm happy and I'm clapping for other people? Like, genuinely. Because, like,
Mhm.
sometimes people are clapping for you, but they don't really mean it.
Right.
Like you want to get to that place in your life where you're happy, where you have peace, where you're okay, and you can be happy for other people. You have the capacity to do that because
Right.
you're already with yourself. You're good with yourself.
Right.
So like you said, read books, go outside, walk, take a break from social media. Like, all of those are good tips and recommendations. Like, I love that. Thank you for sharing that and mentioning that. Sometimes we need those reminders.
I see a lot of people talk about relationship. Don't give me stuff with the relationship because I see a lot of people talk about 50.30.
Yes.
I'm like, oh my God.
Yes.
That page doesn't have to be on the same page.
Yeah.
Everyone's
Yeah.
different. What's work for
Right.
them, what's work for you? That's it.
Right.
But people keep talking. Yo, it's cool to have a podcast to talk about anything, but please talk about something else besides relationship. They all talk about sex, who have a big side of a dick, who's like talk about the vagina, all the stuff. I'm like, why not talk about the goal? Why not talk about the mental health? Why not talk about what you see yourself in the next 5 years? But why I see them on social media to talk about sex, relationships? I'm like, oh my God, that's all you gotta talk about? Like, right now, this generation is different than before because all the kids are struggling.
Yo,
All the kids are
Yeah.
struggling.
Yeah.
And
no.
it's really
Like
sad
you said,
because
mental health is real, and that's why we
Yeah.
want to bring that, because we don't
Yeah.
talk about mental health. We don't talk
No.
about grief. We don't
no,
talk about
Nope.
depression. We don't talk about
Nope.
anxiety. Anxiety be real. Sometimes you sit in a room, you're locked in, and you're like, I don't know how to get out of this. I don't know how to
Right.
navigate this.
yeah,
Those are like important things. Like, yeah, we can talk about the ha-ha relationship, 50-50, all that we can, but mental health is so important. And myself too, we need to talk about it more. And I'm definitely practicing that for myself on social media, close conversations with friends. Like, hey, my mental health not top right now. It's shaky. We're
yeah,
on shaky ground, and
yeah,
Yeah.
those are hard conversations to have. But they
Hard.
need to be had. But they need to be had. You know what I mean?
Needs to
With
be
your
had.
friends, with your family, with like just how you portray yourself. And you're like, okay, this is a safe space. So I love that you brought that up because you're talking
Yes.
about community. You're
Yeah.
talking about that. So like the deaf community and the hearing community, they kind of like, they have different, they don't mesh. So how do we highlight mental health in the deaf community? Because it's not often that I see my deaf peers talk about
Talking
mental
about it.
health.
Yep.
I don't.
Yeah.
Like, yes,
Yeah.
me and Taja talk about it, but that's just us. But
Right.
like outside that, I don't see
It's
people
not a
talking
larger
about.
conversation. Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
think, how do we work on removing that taboo in the deaf
Stigma.
community?
Mm-hmm.
That stigma, how do we remove
Yeah.
that in the deaf community? It is okay to talk about mental health. It's okay to talk about. So how do you think we should tackle those issues? How?
Yeah.
honestly, I was thinking to set up the workshop.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you know, create the event to talk about the mental health, or like a woman, man who feel comfortable with to share. I think that'd be perfect. And also, of course, just keep continuing to share the positive video, how we talk about the mental health, how we talk about the press, what can I do from the press, what I do if I feel struggle. that's the thing to help to be powerful to share the message. And right now, I know there's a lot of people are struggle with the budget because everything's so high. You know,
Inflation
yeah,
Yeah.
is real. It's high. Like the gas is high, food is high, rent is high.
Rent.
yeah.
Like now, like
Mhm.
renting, like leasing places are expecting you to have 3 times, 4 times the rent. How?
It's crazy.
How?
It's correct.
Where? Where?
Wild.
My paycheck.
Jack, I'm like, don't get me wrong, especially in Boston. They're saying the city like apartment 1 bedroom for 4,000. I'm like,
Why?
when they get the money?
Why? Why?
Unless you got to be a CEO or a drug dealer.
And you can only afford a 1-bedroom apartment? There's a problem. That's a problem. That's a real problem. But that's a systemic problem. Like that's a huge problem that is unfortunately that's above all three of our pay grades. We don't make them decisions. I would love for like the higher ups to really start paying attention to what the people are saying, because the people are screaming and we are saying enough is enough. Like we're tired of this. We can't afford this. What are you gonna do? Do something. Do something. Like we struggling. It's real out here. There's a lot of people that are, like you said, they're struggling to make ends meet. Like they're trying their best to like figure out how to navigate their budget, how to reallocate. Like what do I do? How do I make it? How do I make sure that I'm able to pay off my rent and get food this month? These are real situations that people are navigating, and imagine how stressful that is on your mental health.
Yeah.
And people are picking which bill to pay for that. We shouldn't even be sitting in a room, okay, should I pay the light bill or should I pay rent first? So I'm going to pay rent, but I'm going to have no light?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Nah.
Right. But
That's tough.
I love what you said. Education providing opportunities for conversation, like you said, women, men, and then some intermingling too, because I think there needs to be conversation across. It can't just be us, them. Like we don't want to create this culture of us versus them, and sometimes it feels that way right now. Unfortunately, I'm hearing a lot of people say like they feel like it's women versus men, and there's a challenge going down, and it's like, no, that's not what it should be. We should be in this together. Like we are teammates. Yes, we are teammates. We are not competitors. We are not. We were not designed or made to be competitors. We're not. And I'm hoping that the more we have conversations like this is one of the reasons why Tori and me decided to create a podcast. And we emphasize every time, like, we're going to talk about the finances, we're going to talk about the relationships, we're going to talk about the dating, but we're also going to talk about everything else in between too. We're going to talk about the pink tax and why is that high? Why is that there? What were you doing? We're going to talk about in the workplace, why women making less money. We're going to talk about and like highlight those important conversations, those real things that are happening in real life.
Yeah.
And I want to point out, like, we have been like, the light conversation because we are building up to the safe space. Like, we want to welcome the community. You see, okay, guys.
Yeah, a little bit close. I'm like, okay.
We want to welcome the community. Like, we will have heavy hitters. We will talk about grief.
We will.
We will talk about depression. We will talk about the not fun stuff. Those conversations are coming. And I think it's great that Trey was willing to open the floor for us to talk about mental health. Because that's real. I don't see many men talking about mental health.
Especially Black men.
It's hard.
Black men.
Yeah.
I mean, but it's not fun. It's not a fun conversation to have. It's just not. And that's why you don't see a lot of people tackling and having and sitting down and talking about things like this, because sometimes they don't feel comfortable doing that, or they don't know how to do that, or they don't have people around them they feel safe to do that. There's so many reasons and layers why conversations like this don't always happen, but we really want to encourage you guys at home, in the audience, with your friends, with your family, people you trust, whatever. Start having these conversations, okay? I'll be the first to raise my hand and say, I've experienced depression. I've been there. I know what that is like. I know what it is like. Many of us have had dark times and moments where we didn't want to keep going. Okay? That's real talk right there. Okay? Yes, you see us on social media and we're smiling and we're signing and we're enjoying ourselves and he's DJing and he's got his but sometimes when we're not on your screen, baby, we struggling for real. We
those
crying
dark
for
moments,
real.
Those dark moments be really dark, and
Yes.
it's hard to get out of. It's hard to crawl out of.
Yeah.
So when you see me out, just know, like, it was hard for me to get out. You know,
you're not alone.
Dre is working on this. Yeah, right, we're not alone. So Dre is working on this lesson, and I gotta ask you. So what are you planning to, like, tell your clients? What do you want to let them know about you? Like, how are you gonna welcome your clients and your future clients in your safe space?
That's the thing I want to talk about. When deaf community have rap, how they hate each other, trying to put down each other. You see the symbol of a Super Bowl, the tripling, the access. There's a lot of people upset, started a lot of bullying.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking to myself, if I'm becoming a therapist, it's not my job to judge. It's not my job to picking who is support, who is not. It's not my job. I'm gonna let the people do what they want to do. But for me, my reputation is important because I want to support the deaf community. I know that working with deaf community is hard. So when it comes to a therapist, I promise you I won't judge.
That's beautiful.
Deaf community is small, everyone knows each other's.
Yes.
But it's my job to keep all the information, because why I would share all information to the people? For what? For what? Because I'm 33. I'm not 20. I'm not 25. It's my job
grown.
Help you get through it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not kind of person to be a solution, but I will help you to get through it, to be successful.
Right.
I mean, becoming a therapist is not going to be easy, of course. Some might be worse, some may not be not. But other than that, I'll be there. I will be support you, help you wherever you need, because a lot of people are screaming for help.
Yes.
Help.
People are screaming.
Help, not to judge.
Yes.
We're not to judge. We're not here to judge. We're here to help, because a lot of people kill themselves. It's crazy. It's like
crazy.
Yes.
People have no idea what to go through. Some people going to a dark place. It's crazy. So the reason why I'm becoming a therapist, because I want to help. I want to sit down and listen, your expression, and figure out how I able to help you to get through it.
Yeah.
So
I want to say, we know you have many talents. So you have your music with the DJ, you have the comedy. So I'm curious, are you going to incorporate those two things in your therapy and, when you're working with clients?
That'd be a good question. Ooh, that's something I would do.
Hey, I'm just throwing it out there. I'm throwing it out there. Feel free. I was just curious if you were already thinking about it.
I like to create events where people can have a good vibe. I'd rather during the day party instead of night, because I'm old. You know how it's during the night party, you be tired.
Yes.
I'm tired. Tired. Don't get me wrong, it's cool to DJ at the night, but after the club's over, you see fighting, stabbing people. But the day parties are better because you can go to party 4 to 8 or 9, then you go home and sleep. But again, I think I would like to host an event for the people who have a good vibe for music. I think it'd be nice to cooperate with other people related to mental health. That'd be
Yeah.
Yeah.
a cool experience for us
Love that.
to build a relationship with that community and have a better network. That's something we want to do because a lot of people need support, especially
Yes.
for POC in the Black deaf community. That's something we need to work together instead of pull each other down. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
What are you
That
Love
instead
that.
doing?
of pulling each other down, we gotta stop that. You see
Yes.
that
Lift each
in
other
the
up.
Latin community, you see that in the Black community. We gotta
Oh,
be rallying for each other. We can't be hurting each other. Like, no, we can't. We
No.
gotta.
it's a perfect example. Like, I'm friendly you both. So if you two have a problem, don't include me. You two gonna solve.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just go back off. I'm gonna
Yeah.
talk. Go talk. So I'm not gonna be here gossip shit. Nothing. Just that's you too. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna, especially for me as a DJ. If we both have a problem, you two have to work it out because we never had a bad relationship for both of them.
Mm-hmm.
That's you two. Because I'm not kind of person to be involved. I just want to meet new people, give another chance to make it right. It's not about the past. It's about the present. The past is the past. Everyone made a mistake. When it's come to the past and learn, oh, okay, I will do better in the future.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
some people are upset about the past. I don't care
Mm-hmm.
about the past. I'm talking about right now. What's there?
I
You know?
love that because you're absolutely right. Many times people do sometimes live in the past, but we have to find a way to be present. And I think a big part of your mental health and practicing positive like mental health and healthy
Mhm.
practices are really focused on being present. So there's things
Mhm.
like meditation, there's prayer, there's reading books, there's going for walks. Those things are really emphasizing being present in the moment right now. What's going on right now, feeling what's happening around you, staying present. And I just want to say, I really enjoyed this conversation. I'm so excited about the future. I want to see what's going to happen next. And I want to see what's going to happen next for you, Dre. I want to see what these workshops, what these events are going to look like. I want to know how we can support that, how we can be involved. Like, I'm
Yeah.
excited about
I
this.
Beautiful.
would
We
love to
care
do a
about this.
panel
Yes.
Oh,
conversations.
Like,
yeah.
I
let's
would love
keep
to
this
do that.
conversation going. Let's not stop it here. Let's not just stop it in May. Let's keep this conversation going. Let's continue to highlight that for not just the deaf community, but for the hearing community too, and add like different perspectives about some of the things or the challenges that we're facing. This is a very universal
Yes.
problem. All of us are struggling with mental health. All of us have challenges when it comes to our mental health, regardless of our hearing status. Doesn't matter. Deaf hearing doesn't matter. So I'm really excited to see what's next. Like, what's the future hold for
Oh,
Dre?
yes.
So with that said, like, what's next for you? Do you have any big events that are coming up? Anything that you want to share with the audience? Anything you want to like highlight and say, hey, make sure you're paying attention to this. This is coming soon. Anything
And
like
add
that?
your social media tags to your
Yes.
mental health page
Yes.
and your DJ page. We'll include that in the
I got
comments.
you.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So, the next, well, the next big event, I forgot the name. I think my answer, Chisel Rock. The host event in North Carolina, I think it's North Carolina on
Okay.
September 28th, I believe, with
Okay.
I don't know, include Wawa. Um,
You
it's a
have
bunch of artists
you have
coming.
another event in June, right, in DC?
Yeah, so we have I will be DJ for I think May 31st will be
Okay.
airs
Oh, soon.
us boys, poetry weekend.
Okay.
So I'll be there to be DJ on Saturday, the Dirty Day, and the nightclubs.
Okay.
And second, I think it's January 8th. Why say January 8th? I mean June 8th. They have and the basketball tournament. That basketball
That's
tournament.
soon in DC.
Yeah,
Coming
DC.
up.
Yes.
Okay.
So we will have a hotel after party in DC on June 8th. So I will share the flyers. It's not the best going on in the DC area because I be travel a lot during the summer.
Yeah.
So I will
Okay.
share the flyers and my I have two Instagram. The first one DJ all together. And
Okay.
second one I think the black man. I think I spelled right, but just follow me in both so I will continue to
I will add it in the
Yeah,
comments.
we're gonna add that. Make
play
sure people
one
got that.
video
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
the project mentioned about the mental health.
Yes, yes, yes. Thank you so much. Like, we
Yes.
loved having this conversation with you. Thank you for recommendations, the tips, the personal experiences that
Yes.
you've shared, just
Yes.
opening the floor.
Yes.
Just to talk about this. Like we said, this is going to be an ongoing conversation. This is the first of many. So thank you for being like that
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
trailblazer. Yeah, thank you again. Really appreciate you guys. And yes, be on the lookout for his information. Make sure you follow. Make sure that you subscribe. Make sure that you support. That's what we're here to do. Community part of building a community is also making sure that we show up and we support one each other. So please make
Yeah.
sure you do that. All right. So I think this is a good time for us to wrap up. How y'all feeling? Y'all feel good?
I'm ready.
Good. So if you already know, typically I say the same thing at the end. So I'm about to say it now. Until next time. Bye.
Bye.